into P2, and Jamie Dyke also getting in front of him. He's now in P4, he gets a good run off the corner. He's going to be really chasing Jamie Dyke. He's going to be on the outside into turn 3, the number 11 versus the number 80 car. They're going to be very, very close side by side. A little rear lockup from both of them, and Logan Barnett round the outside in turn 3, lap 1, got the move done. It's pretty clean all the way through. There's 29 and the 27 bumping together. That's very, very good driving. It's Chad Lewis and the 27 car of, I think it's Leslie Hobbs. Lindsay, sorry. Apologies, still getting used to the names. Get there eventually. I think I'm doing pretty well. So far, as we're seeing the 93 of the locked on, the 623 of Chris Ireland getting it through. He was one of our leaders last week. He did very, very well as he has a move up the inside. Has he overcooked it just a little bit? No, he got it. Held that up nicely.
He got that done well. And Chris is braking there. Definitely last little late breakers in that corner, and he pulled it off nicely.
Yeah, you can see the lines that these guys are taking. Ooh, a full lock there from Harry Dodds.
Ran a bit wide there and missed the apex on that exit.
The lines taken through the corners are very similar. Keep it up the wall. Let's hit the wall, Chad Lewis. The 29 car, he's got a train of cars behind him, and he's just nicked that wall in the front left. I don't think there's going to be too substantial of damage, as Logan Barnett is having a look at Mr. Blake Delaney. They're very, very close all the way down into P10.
So you can already see as well on the side of Mr. Delaney's car, he's already got some scrapes and bruises on the left side of his car, so he's had a rub with the wall already.
Yep. You can see there's a little bit of a gap sort of forming between the two packs in the field, and Chris Island is stuck behind, who is it? Harry Dodds and Lewis. And the more that he's stuck behind them, he's not going to be able to get in front into that leading pack. And that leading pack is all the way down to P9. So it's going to be interesting as he pulls to the outside. The outside turns to the inside. He brakes late. Does he get it done? That is Logan Barnett up the inside of Blake Delaney. What a move!
Yeah, he got there. He took a bit too much curb and it nearly flipped him onto the wheel spin of death, but he actually got it pulled off. Well done.
That is some incredible driving, and he's just overtaken both of the Fishy boys in about 2 laps. So that is or 1 lap actually. So that's a really good drive from Logan Barnett to get back into the podium positions. And he's now got Darren Lobb to chase in front. This is Chris Island and Harry Dodds we're watching here. The battle
for Rod David had to pit early from P4. So he must have had a jump start or something like that. We'll try and find out that information.
As Chris Island getting right up the back of Harry Dodds. Oh, he's had a big moment! Oof, slams into the wall. Chris Island is going to drop to the back of the field and pushing just a little bit too hard behind Harry Dodds. He's put himself in the wall, and that is no one's fault but his own.
Oh yeah, he got that bit of wheel spin up that exit and just went sideways. As we see the replay here, sitting behind Harry. Sitting there, runs a nice shallow line. It could have been the aero wash. Can we get a bump from behind Harry?
I think he just had that much speed and maybe had a bit of contact with Harry, and it just unsettled the car. And yeah, you can see the massive damage to that front end. Held the brakes nicely though.
He kept off the racing line. Well done. And he stayed out of trouble. Just unlucky there. Ran a bit wide. Or stuck behind Harry. Hit the aero wash. Around he went.
So Darren Lobb doing the fastest lap. A 1:30.07. I don't think it was valid though.
He must have had a rub with the...
No, it was. I do apologise. It was a 0.65. So that 0.7 on my SDK live timing is correct.
Yes, it's just come through.
As we watch the boys go through turn 1.
Jason starts to settle in and get into a rhythm.
Was that a bit of a slide from Logan Barnett, or was I seeing things?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a slide there. The boys are definitely pushing.
Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone to SRW TV's coverage of our V8 Super Show tonight. Coming to you from WeatherTech Laguna Seca Raceway. Tonight is our final round for Season 2, brought to you by our sponsors DragonRC, DSL Welding Services, the Promo Department, and our new partners, Pagnian Advanced Simulation. On comms tonight is myself, Chef Toddy, and Mr. Tyson McAvoy. How are you, brother?
I'm good, mate. Yourself?
I'm very good, very good. And we can't forget about our illustrious producer, head producer, Nathan Shibby on the cams tonight as well. So, what do you think about the track tonight, man?
I reckon to this track in supercars, it's just like a mixture for carnage. The corkscrew is my favourite part of the track, and seeing people go too wide through there, I can't wait. I hope they do.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We might see a few lockups coming down through the corkscrew, and people trying to use a bit of track limit as well. But it seems that pretty moderate temperatures out there, so it should be pretty easy on tyres tonight by the look of it.
Yeah, the track gods have shined upon a nice stone to have a cool track, which is going to make a lot of grip for those supercars. As we're here on the Porsches the other night, and the Porsches were, they liked the track. It was cold, but now we've got the massive supercar thundering beast. It's gonna be interesting, especially with that interesting pit exit there as well.
Yes, and it's trying to pull these things up and trying to race a couple deep is going to be quite interesting. And it looks like there's a lot of space on this track, but there's not a hell of a lot of space to really make a convincing move, I suppose. But there is some pretty exciting spots, especially coming up into the corner, into the entrance of Rahal, which is just coming up under this bridge just here. You might see some risky moves being made through there, because it's just essentially just a really touch on a brake and let off really through there, isn't it? You have to be balls to the wall to get there, to get that line right.
It's about using the maximum grip you have as well. And these, you make a mistake offline, as we see, you're going to clip the grass / sand, and you're going to go sideways. So especially with those little corners that are high speed, where you're only really tapping the brake for a couple of seconds using the corner, it's going to be interesting.
Just as you said, you just see a bit of dirt on the outside there, under brakes. Wow, we're just coming out of the exit of Rainy Curve there.
And we are into qualifying, as we have only got one time on the board. So these boys will be starting to put them in as Michael Whiting goes to the top with a 23.4. And then Dodds with the 24 flat. So it's going to see some time starting to come on the time sheets. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this race. It's the final round. We've got 49 laps at the pace. And Super 2 drivers are in here. Super 1 drivers. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be such a that's why we call it the Super Show, I suppose, isn't it? But it should be awesome to see how quick these guys are around here. And these guys are only just under 4 minutes out there, already into the 23. So what do you reckon? We'll get mid 21s by the end of this, or?
Oh, it's going to be hard to say. With depends on track evolution and the state of the guys, maybe with a toe. But Delaney's one of the fast boys. He's going out there with a 23.2, I reckon, maybe 22 highs. Just depends on where they can go on track.
Yeah, and they can it'd be interesting race paces. So it'll be a bit of a factor tonight. You think the draft will be a bit of a factor tonight, or? Yeah,
mainly down the straight. I think everywhere else is too twisty and turny, as we can see on our track map. It's just a chaotic track. Turn 1's going to be awesome, lap 1, because it's really wide, and people going in there can see 3 wide, but then on the exit it really shallows up, so it's going to be quite interesting.
Yeah, and people, if you get it a bit too late on brakes, especially if you're under that draft at the start there, and you under cold tyres, it is very easy to go a little bit too deep. So I always take it when I'm racing Laguna Seca, that first lap, I always take it a bit wider, that first Andretti hairpin when I first do it, just in case if someone is late on brakes, then you can let them go through the inside and then to the outside into the sand, and then you can kind of trail around the outside. So, sometimes around here you have to be defensive, but hopefully we won't see too much of that tonight.
Yeah, and I think the crisscross will be very powerful too through turn 1, especially if there's a few of those faster guys battling and pushing side by side. It's a very open corner where you can really use 2 lines or 3 lines through there, which will be working most, but the defensive line obviously will be the best line because it's such a double apex left-hander, so there's no left to right hand, it's just double left-hander to turn 1. It's very... Plus, when you go past the control line, you got the first little kink on cold tyres. Sometimes the rear likes to step out, so the drivers need to be really cautious on lap 1.
Oh, especially with there only being one fast repair for this race as well, guys. So it'll be, you know, if a lot of people get caught up in an incident in lap 1, it's going to be make it a very difficult race for the rest for a lot of the field. What's your predictions on safety cars tonight, man?
I'm going to go with the 2 tonight because I feel like if I say 1, it's definitely going to be a lot more.
Yeah, I'm thinking 3, but I do have a sneaking suspicion maybe you might be right because, you know, it might be a pretty tight track for passing and stuff like that, but, you know, there is some really good spots to do it. We'll make some really exciting racing. But I think these guys all will really know this track quite well, so that'll actually make it, you know, we'll either see lots of safety cars or none.
Yeah. So if people give the respect to each other, like we saw with the Porsches, that race was outstanding. We both called that, and if the boys give the same amount of respect on the track here, it should be some good racing. But it's going to be really tight, and especially with these fast guys, like you see the times at the moment at 23.2, and then there's another 23.229. And then Darren Lubb behind with the 23.3. Like these guys are so close. Michael Whiting as well, 23.43. The guys are really close in the top 4 spots there. And then you just got Harry Dodds, which is 0.6 off the speed there in P5. And then I could talk about it forever as we go down to P18. The gaps between these boys. It's going to be an awesome race. It's a small track, a short track, but you know it's all about the technique and how you can use the speed, which is going to be awesome to see when it comes to race mode.
Yeah, and I think once the race goes on a bit, once those back markers get a bit overlapped and things like that, that'll make it very interesting as well around here as well. Hopefully we won't see too much, but you know, you never know, safety car might negate that completely, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting with the safety car as well. If it's this, as we see here, as you're on board this turn 1, it's a very tight track, a tight turn 1, which opens up into this to a far right hand. You can't really pass this corner, but as you're going through, you use all the curb on the left to maximise your exit. Kiss the brake here, kiss that red curb, and then on the power through. And this is down here is your next passing opportunity. Everywhere else is kind of really tight up until the last corner.
And beware the sausage curbs too, hey?
That's right.
On the inside.
Especially up here, this left-hander here is fast left-hand. You kiss that, you get that wrong, you're going sideways, hitting the fence, or you know, speeding a 360 like we saw Verstappen do last night in qualifying.
Yep.
But here's my favourite part of the track: the corkscrew. Kiss there, or the speed you take through there. You got to do that with a lot of confidence because you do
because you can't actually see the track anymore if you're on the right racing line through the corkscrew. You can't. There's a moment there you can't even see anything. You're just looking at sky essentially, and then wishing that you're on the right line as the front end comes down. Hey?
That's right, and if you get it right, as you said, you basically see nothing, and the car's lifted off as we see Mr. Michael Whiting go to the top with a 22.951.
Whoa, come on.
And Delaney is also done a 23 flat, so you see these times, like how close are these times?
Wow, way, man, it's crazy, isn't it?
As we see, Harry Dodd's about to finish his lap in the performance sim racing vehicle. He's just going to cross the line, and it's going to put him... Does he improve his time? No, I don't think he does. Oh, he does. Sorry, he does a 23.87. So 2/10 he found on that lap.
Oh, nice. So it's definitely on the push still. He just come out, and it looks like he's being pretty happy with that, but he's going to jump back into pits and go again, I think, by the look of that. Mr. Harry Dodds.
Getting those fresh tyres, because around this track, it's a short track, but only one lap is probably good, so you really want to keep those tyres fresh. We see Jamie lining up the screens at the moment. He's going green every sector, and he's improving his time. We're at purple in sector 1. He's at the last corner now. One of the cars have pulled off to the right. uses all the track there in the Mustang Fisher car. As he crosses the line, he goes to P3, so he eats one spot with a 23.108. So nice lap from Jamie there.
The gaps are just insane. There's only tenths in it. There's below a tenth in it, really, between these guys.
We see Andrew Cowie as well now, just coming. He's lining up the screens as well. He's going personal best in every sector. He's in the last corner. Get a little bit sideways on the exit, and as he comes across the line, he's sitting in P12. Can he get to the top 10 with this time? No, he doesn't. He stays in P12 with a 24.
Beautiful though. That's about 24.6. That was yeah, almost a second quicker than what he had for his last lap. So very, very good. He's making some big gains.
Yeah, he's just got to find that out a little bit extra. But as we said, those times are so tight between the top 10 and mid-pack. It's nuts.
It's crazy, isn't it? We're going to definitely see some pretty crazy action tonight. How many we got complete on track tonight? We've got 20 on track tonight, 21 on track tonight. And we've got Jonathan Hancock in our safety car tonight. Thank you very much.
It's a nice pack tonight. I think it's going to be awesome racing. I think we also got a big championship up for grabs as well. That's what I've been told. Anyway, for a final round, you assume that would be the case.
Most definitely. Let me bring up those. So for the season standings for I'll start with our Super 2. So I'll start with I'll just do our top 5 for our Super 2s and our top 5 for our Super 1s. So our top 5 at the moment for Super 2s with 1,022 points is Stephen Martin, followed by Daniel Schultz in second place with 1,002 points. So there's 20 points exactly separating the first and second there. Peter Pavlovich sitting there with 953 points. Where are we? In third place. In fourth place, we've got Brad Wall with 881 points. And we've got Jeremy Bush in fifth with 804 points. Okay, so for our Super 1s, we've got Blake Delaney currently sitting in first place in the championship right now, followed by Jamie Dyke, Michael Whiting, Harry Dodds, and Darren Lobb sitting there in fifth place. Apparently, these guys have been saying that he's very, very impressive in his cars. Darren Lobb, he's one to watch tonight. Apparently, he hasn't had the time to make every round, so that's why he's only sitting in fifth place. But apparently we'll see some fireworks from him tonight. So I think this top five battle is going to be pretty close tonight.
Yeah, as we see the points as well, you got Harry Dodds on 876, and he's Michael Whiting on 945. Like, it's going to be pretty hard. It's a fishy 1, 2, 3 at the moment in the championship. And if we look at the timing sheets, I'm pretty sure we see a fishy 1, 2, 3. So these boys are quite consistent. But at the top of it, we got Blake. So Blake's got a semi-nice gap, but it's not a nice gap. So it's going to be really interesting because I think Jamie and Blake, if we're looking at their times at the moment, Blake's beaten him, and it's going to be really tight. So we got tight times, and we got tight points as well. So I think Jamie and Mike will be the battle to watch for the championship hunt at the moment. Obviously, if they make the mistake and take each other out, Michael Whiting might jump on the opportunity there. So Michael Whiting are underdog in P3, and then as well, if those three fishy boys get contact, we got Harry Dodds in fourth position who can capitalise on some points here. So.
All I can say to the fishy boys tonight is, mate, just watch out. Last turn, last lap, guys. Just give each other some room. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Give each other room. Unless they want to open the door for Harry Dodds, then they're more than welcome to, because we know Harry will be there, ready to pounce.
Oh yes, he'll be definitely knocking on their door the whole time.
Dean doing a nice drift into the wall.
As you were saying, with that bit of grass, that dirt, we should say, on the outside as well, as you come down through Rainy Curve, because you're coming down through the sweeping left-handed down that hill as well. It's very, very easy to do because you have to be right, use all the track, but that's your braking point as well. And even if half your tyres on that bit of dirt, you're going around, or you're going off into the wall.
So our Super 2 at the moment, and Dean Solch is in P6 and he's done a 23.95, and I think he's our championship leader, if I'm correct in my year, in the Super 2 series. Oh, sorry, he's just set pole for Super 2. So he's going fast out there. And when we saw the Sinkovic doing a slide before, I'm going to put my money on Dean this race again. And if he spins out and crashes, I'm blaming Shibby. Just as simple as that.
Okay,
But
I'm gonna have to go for Steve-O. There you go, Steve-O. Do it, mate. You can do it, mate. You can do it. Do one for the team. So yeah, Daniel Schultz is sitting second in the championship at the moment by 20 points. So if Daniel Schultz could kind of get up and old Stephen Martin doesn't have the best race, but we know Stephen Martin. The reason why he's sitting at the top of that Super 2's season standings at the moment is because of his consistency. The guy can really, really drive the hell out of that KFC car, put it that way. So we've got Mr. Greg Johnston with that beautiful blue livery there for Team Greg, TGT. Was it TGR, sorry? Team Greg Racing?
Yeah, Team Greg Racing, and it's got the beautiful chrome and the checker flag there on the side. He's done some cool work on that, and it really stands out. I really like that. Yeah. So definitely a great livery there on the side. As he's got the hashtag get checked on his car, which is, I think, for the prostate cancer, that's right.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching and you see that, it's just a reminder there's no shame in going to get checked, as he says, hashtag get checked for the prostate cancer.
Yep, earlier the better.
As we see, Jamie Dyke was just lighting the screen up, and he's found, I think, 3/10 on his lap, and he's done a 22.6. Sorry, Blake Delaney, that is. Sorry, 22.6 now is the time. So he's found some. He found 3/10 on that lap. So maybe the track's improving. We're 17 minutes in. Only got two and a half to go. Yeah, it's going to be close. I think we got Darren Lobb out. Jamie Dyke's in the pit lane, and Delaney's going out and pit exit now. So we see a lot of these guys, going to really try and have another crack.
And Blake Delaney, that's going to be very hard for anyone to match at 22.6. And Blake Delaney's just jumped back into pits again, just realised that maybe he doesn't need to be out there busting so hard, because he's 3/10 ahead of the rest of the boys at the moment. Mr. Stephen Martin in that KFC car, we've seen some real awesome pace from him this season, and last season also. We don't discount last season as well, but very impressive from him this season to be 20 points out in front for the Super 2's series.
Yep, and it's got a beautiful KFC on the side, which, as I said before, makes me want to eat KFC.
Yeah, so. It makes me hungry every night. Every time I see it, yeah.
As we see Steven Sinkovic about to complete a lap. He crosses the line. He's done 22.6 at the moment, and he's sitting in P19.
So what's his brother done then? What's his best lap for his brother there?
So Dean's done 25.796.
Yeah, okay.
But sweet, this is a tough track to master in a supercar. It's a very big track, as we see him run a little bit wide there and get onto the dirt / sand. Yeah, I enjoyed this track, but I don't enjoy it in the supercar. It's a bit of a pain in the butt.
Yeah, I was doing a few laps around in it this afternoon, and I was like, oh yeah, give it a go. I quite like Laguna Seca. Yeah, I agree, mate. These are really, really hard to pedal around here. I think I was doing my best as a 129, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, jump out here, and I'm like, I bet you these guys are going to be heaps faster, even the slowest guys in this league. Yep, of course. But I was glad I broke the 130 mark, and I thought I was all right. I was just trying to keep it on the track. The corkscrew's very, very difficult in this.
Yeah, you got to really hang right and kiss all the curb, and then throw it into the left, and then again throw it right down the corkscrew. And if you don't do that, you're either taking too much speed or not enough, and it's a tough corner. And I think that's why we see such gaps in the field at the moment, because there are Super 2 guys in here, but some of the Super 1 guys, like are struggling to find the speed. Like we got still Harry Dodd's a bit off the pace there. We know he's quick, but as we see the checker flag, I don't see anybody else on a purple lap. I'm just seeing a lot of orange like the sand on my screen.
Wow, we got some beautiful laps from these guys. Like two of the field underneath the 123 mark, which is super, super impressive. along with Jamie Dyke and Darren Lobb there in the 23s, along with, well, we've got our top 6 are all in the 23s, mate. Wow, hey, come on.
Yep, all in the 23s, and then I think that's...
And 2 of them are our, 2 of them are Super 2s as well. Come on, that's awesome.
That's right, and these boys, you know, they're here to put on a show. I think everyone's looking a bit orange on the timing screen, so I think our grid is set up the front. So we see Jamie Dyke finish his lap with a 22.6. He actually went purple in the last sector, and it got him to P2.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. And he's broken into the 23s as well. Beautiful move from him.
Yeah, 22.904, and his teammate Michael done a 22.951. So those times are bloody close.
Oh, mate, those fishy boys are out in force tonight, eh? Not taking any prisoners. I'll let you go away with the field then, mate.
So we got Blake Delaney, our pole sitter, and in the red hot seat to take this championship out, and then Jamie Dyke P2 and Michael Whiting P3. So 3 fishy motorsport cars. Only car scattered by 3/10 of 3 cars, and then Darren Lobb in P4, Harry Dodds P5, Daniel Schultz in P6, Stephen Martin in P7, Bradley Wall, Jeremy Bush, Peter Pavlovich, Alex McManus, and Andrew Cowan to our top 12. So a strong field there. And then we go down to Reese in P13. He's had some good form. It's good to see him back again. Greg Leake. So the battle of the Greg guys, we've got Team Greg, Greg Leake beating that battle. And then Brett Taylor in P15. Greg Johnson, the other Team Greg car, P16. Dean Sinkovich, come on, Dean, you got this.
Come on, Dino.
P17. Cullen Oxford in P18 for Crisscross Racing. Steven Sinkovich in P19.
Come on, Steve-O.
And I think that's our last car there. Greg, P20.
Ryan Barber
so
and our Jonathan Hancock are our 24/7 race control tonight. And safety car. Thank you very much, guys.
Yep, I hope we see them twice on track tonight.
Yeah, I hope we see you 3 times.
But we're gonna have some action tonight. I'm looking forward to it. But this, awesome. As I said, this turn 1, it's going to be interesting. We saw Harry Dodds get a really good start last week. Let's see if he gets minimised. It's a little bit of a hill ups for this start.
I might let you take away the start then, by the sounds of this, Tice.
I hope we can. Yeah, as long as we can not go 4 wide. It's an open track. The runoff down the back, as I said, it's all dirt. So
don't miss the breaking point. Cold tyres, lap 1, boys. I'll let you take it away, Tice.
Green flag.
Oh, here we go. We're wide. We're going. It's pretty stable start from the front 3, even the 4.
Beautiful start from all these guys. Everyone's slotting into their spots beautifully. Haven't seen a lock up yet into turn 1, into the Andretti hairpin yet.
Yeah, everyone's gone through there quite nicely. Not too much biff and barge, and the wheel spin off the start was basically 0, so not much smoke left behind as we see a clean start there. And the boys just started, spoke too soon, we set the car off the fence.
Oh, it's Colin Hodgkinson, no Brad Wall.
Yeah, Brad Wall.
No, Brad Wall missing the wall. Meeting the wall, I should say. Oh, no. Sorry for the horrible pun.
He's rejoined the track there, I think, behind. He's just scraped the side. To see another car in the background just getting a bit loose on those cold tyres.
Got Reese DeGoey at the back there, just having a bit of an off there. He's just cold tyres, got a bit of under braking there, just trying to look like he was trying to avoid something maybe. Or missed his braking point because there were so many cars in front of him. But yeah, he's just hit a bit of dirt and flipped it around. Colin Hodgkinson now, he's done well. He's up 2 spots from 18th spot. He actually started the race in the same spot that he's sitting in the series actually at the moment also, so he's sitting 18th in the series. We've definitely seen some good improvements from him and a big improvement in consistency actually from Colin Hodgkinson, so good on him. Greg Johnson there for Team Greg, trying to make the moves around the outside, trying to slot himself and thread the needle down through the inside there.
Another car around in the background.
No, you got Greg Scholten just at the back there. It's just giving it too much pepper out of that exit. What do you reckon?
Yeah, he's definitely just giving a bit too much pepper, as you said, and spun it around on that exit. It's a pretty tough corner on these cold tyres, but the boys should be starting to warm them up as we see a few cars now slotting into the single file traffic as we see a lock break there. And Greg's going to take massive advantage of that and go down the inside.
Oh, beautiful move. He's just, using all the track. Oh, no, he's being very respectful, though. Kellen
He's given a
Hodgkin's still
lot
on
of
the
room
push.
there. He gave a lot of room there, so great racing from both of these drivers.
Oh, that's always a difficult one, hey. You can come a cropper. It seems like a pretty simple corner, that last corner also. But if you don't get your braking point right, you can either lose a lot of time or you're going into them too quick. Very much like the corkscrew, coming down through the corkscrew. Greg Johnston still on the hunt. Steven Sinkovic.
He's trying to put the pressure on, and really, like, as we go over to Darren Lobb, I think Darren Lobb's just made a move to get to P2, which he has. So he's up 2 spots at the moment in front of Jamie Dyke and Michael Whiting.
Beautiful move from him. He's on the push now. And I think that's just, that's a bit of racecraft coming through there. He might have been, do you reckon he was sandbagging a little bit for qualifying here a little bit? Or do you reckon these guys are just trying to put as much pressure on as possible, it looks like at the moment? Doing a bit of NASCAR bump drafting almost there. But look at that.
We got 49 laps, and as we say it every single race, every single time we come on the commentary box, the fuel saving game between these fishy guys is ridiculous. So maybe they've already started. It's a big race. They might want to try and do it in 1 stop, you know, and then instead of a 2 stop. I'm not sure what the fuel cap is, but I assume we're going to be looking at a 2 stop.
Although, that said, Blake Delaney's just smashed out a 123.6 out in the front. So, I'm not sure if he's thinking anything about that at the moment. I think he's thinking about building a gap for as long as he can for now. Because he does have Darren Lobb hunting him down too now. So, he knows how fast Darren Lobb is.
As we see Cowie here, putting the pressure on. And we did see Callum Hodgkin drop a few spots there on our timing sheet. So
He's had a bit of an incident, I think. It took a little bit of time to get back on track there, so seems like he's had to hold on his brakes there a bit. But
while we got the race trying to settle down here, see if Cowie goes down for a move. He might try and grab a replay of that first incident off the start. Oh, Cowie's being respectful. He's just sitting behind. I thought he was going to have a look there.
Lunge, yeah. Well, it might be a bit early on tyres, though, eh? I would be a bit iffy on that, too. I'd still want to keep on the back of him, keep the pressure on. But then you're still thinking about that car behind you as well, you know? You don't want to let Brett Taylor catch up onto the back of your little pack either, which he is starting to now.
Yeah, if you starting to get in a swabble, you also lose the cars in front. So you kind of want to, especially at a short track like this, you don't want to get lapped, and you kind of want to stay within that pit window for the cars in front of you. So maybe Cowie's just being nice and patient, trying to pick his moment, and which I think he is, because he's sat behind there and he's putting the pressure on. So we switched to Cullen Hodgkin and Brad Wall
as well. Brad Wall's back on track, and Cullen Hodgkinson had a bit of a moment as well. It seems Greg Shelton might have had a bit of a moment at the back there once again.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of damage, and we've definitely got 2 cars, I think, have caught out to race control for incidents to be investigated. So once those penalties come through, we'll give you an update on that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what those were about. Oh, I'd love to have a look at the incident. Shibby said that he just might be able to bring up the incident if we can. Starts with Reece DeGowie just taking over Alan Hodgkinson. And then it's all kind of unfolded afterwards after that, guys. So thank you very much to DSL Welding Services for the action replay tonight.
And a big shout out to Pete from the YouTube channel, mate. Thank you for the birthday wish, mate. You're a legend.
Oh, just having a look at this. What's happened in this bit of an incident? Oh, okay. He's come down the inside. He's just
lock the rears there. You saw the rear just step out and go around.
Oh, has he come back on a bit?
No, he's come back on clean. I think he just made a little mistake there as he tried to pass the SRW team car there.
Yeah. The Fishy boys just still working together as they always do. Mr. Jamie Dyke and Michael Whiting. Mr. Michael Whiting.
Yeah, I don't think these guys want to battle each other at this early stage of the race, and especially with Blake Delaney out in front. And Jamie knows he's got a championship hunt, so he's probably just going to try and sit behind and work with Michael, even if he's just, you know, not passing and using that time. We see Cowie lining up a pass around the outside, gets a little bit loose. Oh, he catches it.
Oh, what a catch, mate. Come on.
Yeah, Cowie, the average sim racer. If you've seen this guy, he's definitely not an average sim racer
No,
with
he's
the rig
definitely
he's
not.
got.
Yeah,
So
definitely not an average
using
sim racer.
all of these his gigs in he's got like what 50 different buttons on his screen, and he's got everything. Mr. Cowie.
Cowie, the legendary sim racer. That's what we should call him.
Yes, I agree.
Oh, he's having a great run. You can definitely see he's being patient. He's just being nice and patient, and he did go for that one move, and then he was like, maybe the tires aren't quite there yet.
Yeah, and he's up 2 spots as well. And as we see McManus as well, he's up 4 spots. So we've got a few movers and shakers in the pack at the moment. Dean's up 3 spots in the field, Dean Sinkovic. But yeah, like a few cars have just started to push and get that gap. As we see the car behind, I think that's Darren Lobb we're looking at. A beautiful shot. He's coming. He's hunting.
And I was just about to say earlier, actually, Darren Lobb does not seem bothered whatsoever about those 2 fishy cars behind him.
Yep, and don't forget the fishy car in front of him. He's in a fishy sandwich.
He is. Yeah, he's in the piranha pond right now, isn't he? He's a little fish in a big pond right now.
That's right, and he's around with a bunch of sharks or piranhas, as we say.
Yeah.
It's on the side of the car. He needs to beat these guys, and if Darren gets it, he gets the W today, or even just beats 2 of them on the podium. Nothing better. So the pressure's on him.
Right.
I think Cowie's made a mistake because he's dropped down to P13. So.
Oh, bit of a moment there for Cowie. So he's come off track, and he's just had a bit of a moment back on track as well, along with Greg Leakey there as well. So Mr. Gowie's just back up. He's back up a few positions after that early incident. He's still two positions down from where he started, but on board here with Bradley Wall having this little bit of a battle with Greg Leake after Greg's just had a bit of an off track as well.
Well, that means our bigger mover, the shaker of the grid at the moment, as I say that he gets past, is Dean Sinkovic.
Curse the commentator.
So Cowie's just like, nope, sorry, Dean, you only have him 4 passes, mate. I want my position back. So Cowie, after his little mistake earlier, he says, nope, I want my position back, and he's pushing through. So good on him.
Yeah, just pushing on. You can see he's a bit late on the brakes there, Mr. Dino. Oh, wow, that's hard to pull up if you kind of miss it a little bit. Sometimes if you're concentrating on the back of the car more than you are on your braking points, sometimes you will miss those things. So
that's right, especially with a big supercar. Like, you're looking at the front of the car, and a tyre track like this, you miss your braking marker, and he was lucky to pull it up. So we're right on board now with Jamie Dyke sitting again. He's sitting nice and pretty in P3. He's in the fight for the championship as he is eyeing up a move here, but he's just sitting there. It's a great onboard shot, this one. You can see the gear shift, the steering, all the gadgets on the front. And
much work it truly is for these driving these things.
Yep, I wouldn't say it's easy as it looks, because it's not that at all. It's completely different. It's hard. It's a nightmare sometimes driving these things.
Yeah, 100%. It's arms and legs going everywhere. It's, it's a lot
as we see a drift there as he gets a little bit sideways, Greg, but he catches it, and at the cost of a position there, but I think saving it from the dirt is probably better.
Yeah, I think it's just showing off the cameras, to be honest, I think.
Yeah, maybe. He thought he was on camera, so he's just like, yeah, I'll rip it sideways. And
it's just like, oh, yeah, boys, it's the final round, season 2. Woohoo, got it sideways.
Yep, got to have a blast.
Yeah.
And that's it. Our final round of our race around America, and I can't believe how quick these 10 weeks have gone. Like, it's just
crazy, isn't it? It's been so interesting though as well, with half the cars going east to west and the other half the cars going west to east. Just very, very, very cool tracks, and our season 3 is going to be even cooler, I reckon.
That's right. It's bringing so much different driving styles and we can already hear Blake on the clutch saving fuel. So I wondered why that gap kind of closed down a bit,
Mm.
but he's not really losing much lap time overall because he's only dabbing the clutch a little bit and saving the fuel. Like in a supercar, it's very easy to save because you're using the engine in the gearbox a lot, but for a short track like this, it's going to be hard to save a lot.
Yeah, especially when it's hard to build up a gap on this track, because the only part you really can really build up a gap is if you're a bit late, a lot deeper on the brakes or on the straight. But then, as we know, the draft actually affects these cars quite a bit on the straight, and that's really the only place you're going to get drafted is on this track in these cars. So, you know, it's kind of a double-edged sword almost, isn't it?
Well, that's right, and you could probably even save the fuel as we see Blake doing out front, and you're not really going to lose much time because it's so hard to pass here. And you feel as long as you defend those spots, you should be good, and you can manage the race to what you want. So you see,
And if you've got your two teammates behind, Darren lobbed down the inside. What a move!
I spoke too soon.
Oh,
He gets the job
that was
done.
beautiful. And he wasn't even under pressure on the brakes there. He just did that so smoothly under brakes.
And I
No
feel-
wobble from the
feel
back
like
of the car at all.
Jamie Dyke is probably going to try and pounce now and get that position on his teammate there. And if I was Jamie, I'd be putting all the pressure on because, you know, he's still in a fight for the championship. He's going to need cars in between him and his teammate. Or worse, an incident later on as we see Greg Leake at the back there have a little bit of a step out.
Bradley Wall.
We're going to get
just trying to take that spot.
a DSL replay. Is that Greg Johnson in the blue? It is.
Oh, Reese to Goey. Oh, a bit late on the brakes there. Oh, and he's disappeared. Oh, okay. So he must have had a... Whoa. Wow,
Yeah,
hey.
so he's just gone on off the track there and then rejoined, and Greg's just gone, oh, nope, there's a car there.
Yeah, it's just disappeared and then just flashed back onto the track. So I'm not sure. There's a bit of a glitch there. Somehow, if I look at it. Connection issue. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we're getting told he might have some connection issues, so he tends to blink. If anyone's new to iRacing, if you get a poor connection issue, you sometimes blink in and out, and it's a bit frustrating for other drivers, but you're sitting there going, I don't see a problem.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. What are you talking about? Or the other times when you're driving along and a car just shoots up into the sky and then it comes back onto the track.
Yep, that's quite scary.
Yeah.
Especially if it's at a blind corner, you see the car disappear and then all of a sudden it's bouncing in front of you and it's like, oh.
What? Where did that come from?
Well, as
Magic
you see,
car from the alien.
Oh, wow, that was really close to another incident there. But Bradley being the smart driver there and just backed out of it, and see Greg just closed the door off instead. And yeah, nope.
Oh, the fishy boys still having a bit of a battle. As we just, who's just had a bit of a moment at the back there?
So yeah, I was saying that Michael Whiting's had a little bit of a moment. He's lost a bit of time to Jamie, so.
Oh, I got a very
we see
banged
a
up
car there. Yeah, it was missing his boot. I did see that in the background.
Oh yeah, it's Greg Shelton. He's had a big. Yeah. Oh, you know, looks a bit funny without the wing on it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I wonder if that'll help its straight line speed.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah,
I think we've seen it.
man.
I think we've seen it in a real life when the supercar lost its rear wing. It actually just spun out, and you know, it showed how much downforce is relied on the rear of the car.
100%. That's the only real downforce they get, other than a little bit of that, you know, that splitter on the front, but it's not adjustable, so it's not they're really getting much from it. So, you know, hence why these things have absorbently large rear wings.
Yeah, and they've got a lot of adjustments as well, which is good.
And we'll just take this quick opportunity to give a quick shout out to all our sponsors. Thank you very much for DragonRC for your sponsorship of our V8 Super Show this season, and ongoingly also DSL Welding Services a lot, and thank you very much, along with our promo department. Thank you very much for race control and everything you do throughout there as well. And also our new partner, Pagnian Advanced Simulations. And last but not least, all of you guys out there, all you viewers, make sure if you haven't subscribed on our YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't hit that notification bell, hit the notification bell. give us a big like and some love on our Facebook and our YouTube, and give us a big thumbs up. So yeah, much love, guys. Thank you very much for all your patronage and coming back, and all you races, all you drivers that come back every week. Also, thank you.
Yep, put on an amazing super show for us on our Sunday afternoon.
So good, isn't it? So good.
It's been a quite stable race at the moment. As I said, we got 13 laps into the race. So your car just run a little bit deep in the background there.
Again.
But
He doesn't seem to be gelling with his track today. Harry Dodds. Can't
quite
believe that
achiever.
Mustang's still out on
He's
track.
made contact again with a car.
So Greg Shelton's just getting himself
I
out
reckon we do get a replay of that, because there was a lap car, and I don't think they got out of the way there. But
oh, it's
again,
Greg Shelton, but it looked like he's put his brakes on right in front of Harry. There he has. Wow.
yeah, they got different
He's tried to
styles
get out
of
of the
driving
way.
here. Two different styles of driving, and
I think Greg Shelton's tried to get out of the way, but he's got no rear
Yep.
wing, so he's probably just got no way of getting out of the way, pretty much.
Yeah, I think he was trying to do the right thing there, and Harry there. Hurricane Harry.
I don't think that was Harry's fault at all, though. I don't think that was Harry's fault at all, to be honest.
No, even if it wasn't Harry's fault, I'm not race control, so they can enjoy that one. If it goes there, I haven't heard a
nothing
call.
to do with us, is it? Yeah.
But yeah, Hurricane Dodds, he has a big smile on his face all the time, and he's sitting quite achiever at the moment. He's sitting in P5. He's lost the guys in front, and he's kind of got a gap from the cars behind, so he's sitting by himself quietly. As if you look at Peter Pavlovich, he's up one spot, and 1.2 seconds behind Stephen. I think that's his teammate in front. So.
Doing very, very well.
Oh, the move up the corkscrew. Oh, no,
looks...
you have to pull out of that. I thought that was on for a second.
Yeah,
Reece tried to have a look
like
down the inside.
Yeah. Oh, is he going to make it down the inside here? No.
He's going to probably have a look at the last corner here, but I think the car's already been moved over to its defense. No, it blocks it off. Not too far back.
Oh, that's a great shot as well.
Yeah, we can hear the cars short shifting out of that last corner to minimise that wheel spin, so they don't, loop it around like we're seeing a lot of cars do on that first cold tyre lap. But so far, it's been a quiet race. We haven't got the Ace SC like we thought we might have. Well, I thought we might have. Yeah, it's been a quiet race.
Yeah, I thought we might have. I thought, especially with a bit of contact that's happened, but I suppose there is a bit of runoff on this track, but we might be both wrong tonight, Tyson.
Which is good as well, because it means the last race, you want to see everyone finish and have a good, clean race.
100%.
You can just go race control with a message as well at the moment.
Jeremy Bush
couldn't really hear him
off track here by the look of it as well. So it's that's the first incident we've seen from him all night. He's been doing really well. So.
Yeah, he's got a bit of damage on the right side of his car. Was he going to try and get a DSL actual replay of that? And he's looped it at the corkscrew. Yes, it is the corkscrew.
That's definitely not where you want it to happen. Looks like
he's already had the
damage. That damage, yeah. Oh, he's just saved that, but he's in the wrong spot on the track. Oh, get out of the way, buddy.
He definitely had some opposite locked on there, so...
He should have really gotten off the racing line a bit earlier, I think. To be honest. Or maybe he was just trying to struggle to get the thing back under control, right?
Yeah, he was slamming on the brakes and just trying to get it under control. As you see Cowie trying to push and catch him now, so... Cowie as well.
It's being a bit funny with that car now. It's it looks like it might be pulling to the right a little bit. Not Cowie's car, I mean. No, I mean Jeremy Bush's car. So. Kellen Hodgkinson still in his battle with Greg Johnston.
Yeah, it's been going on for a few laps now. These guys have been throwing lefts and rights at each other, but they're still keeping it clean.
Yeah, having a great little battle, aren't they?
And I'd say Darren Lobb at the front, he's got 2.2 second gap as we see a mistake there from... Oh, that's a bit risky.
Oh, wow. Hey, who's moving under brakes? That is not good.
No, it was definitely before the braking, so it's just... Oh, yeah. He came across. He made a mistake and he's like, yep, I'm covering that line.
Yeah.
He's made another mistake, but I think he's going to save it there.
Has he saved it? No, he hasn't saved it.
Oh, he's gone around. I caught it too early. I called it too early.
Awful.
He's still rolling though. Yes, he is. Excellent. Good to see.
Good work, Greg. Nice
But
one. There was
he ran
two
a little
walls
bit
he
wide
almost
then.
hit there, so that was very lucky for him.
Yeah, the car's still nice and straight, which is good. But as I was saying before, we see at the front, Darren Lobb's got a 2.1 second gap to Delaney now. So I think Delaney's still going to be saving that fuel. Darren is just going to pull away slowly. So
Oh, he's pushing hard, isn't he?
yeah, he's got a nice gap.
His last is 1:23.9. Come on. Wow. Oh, we got Steven Sinkovic just after turn 11, our last corner there.
Yeah,
Not
right
sure
in
what's
front of
happened
the leaders too. So he's made a little mistake, and lucky got it moved out of the way. And he's just come on the radio and said he's going to stay left and get out of the way of the drivers. But he's just he's lost the rear on the entry, and he was caught in a really awkward spot and had to do the old Austin Powers U-turn, which wasn't as bad, but ooh.
It could have gone a bit more astray than that, right? Well, he's lucky.
Yeah, it could have been our first safety car, but he got it going again, which is awesome.
Yeah, what are you doing, mate? You should have done it.
You see Jamie Dyke now really putting the pressure on Delaney, his teammate, but sitting behind still. I think these boys must be on the radio to each other saying, let's work together, save this fuel, because Jamie's not making the move at all.
No.
And
Darren's, almost
pulling.
3 seconds out in front of him now. He's just pushing and pulling ahead now. I wonder, I was wondering, Shibby, can we go on
Jamie,
board with that?
Blake is just gone. He's going to get a slowdown for that too. And
Blake Delaney.
We love the commentator curse in this combox, and yet again
We do,
have
yeah.
done it.
But as you were saying earlier, you know how as you come over the top of it, and you can't really see if you got the line quite right, and if you don't have it, even if you're a couple of centimeters off on that, going down through the corkscrew, mate, that can really unsettle the car. And as we just see with Blake Delaney, that's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, we've seen these guys maybe under a little bit of pressure tonight, and they're making a few little mistakes. As we see the gap now, after that mistake, is now 3 seconds to Jamie Dyke in P2. So, yeah.
Ooh. Stephen Martin out in front for our. I know he's sitting there is sitting what's for AM. He's sitting in our second position for our AM series. Sorry, and he's sitting first in our series at the moment, but second in the race to Daniel Schultz. And Daniel Schultz is second in the series and currently sitting first in this race. There's 20 points separating them at the moment, so we'll see how it all works out in the end at the end of tonight because of drop rounds, etc. So it will be very, very, very interesting to see. I can give you the cars that can use tonight as a drop round.
We saw Brett Taylor entering the pit, so it's our first of the pit stoppers was Brett Taylor.
Okay, he's an early pitter, isn't he?
Well,
so out of
coming
our
up to
Super 1
18,
guys,
18 laps now, so yeah, that pit window will be getting close.
So we got Blake Delaney, Jamie Dyke, and Harry Dodds in our Super 1s. Can use tonight as a drop round if they choose. Because they've been here all season, essentially. They've only used one of their drop rounds. So interesting. Mr. Tyson? Have we lost Mr. Tyson? Okay. So, Mr. Peter Pavlovich in his two KFC cars in the Holden and the Ford. Just these guys have been working really well together through this whole race, actually. Stephen Martin, Peter Pavlovich. So it's been one of those strengths as well. Maybe they've learned a few things from a couple of the other teams, like the Fishy Boys and stuff, really sticking together and trying to make sure that anything they do together and try and push each other forward. It always helps when you've got another guy that's a very similar sort of race pace as you as well. So you can kind of really nicely work together and push each other. You can be a bit faster and a bit quicker and those sort of things as well. So Stephen Martin, our current leader in our series, in our season, for Season 2, for the Super 2 cars. So yeah, for Century Motorsports. And in a KFC car there. Beautiful looking. Oh, we've had Greg Shelton, by the look of this, had another off track at the back there. So I'm not sure what's happened to him there.
Yeah,
he's
a
kind of
couple
having a bit
couple of
of
little mistakes in his
Is he possibly? They
still
do have
pushing
one
around.
fast repair. I'm pretty sure
But
he might have been
yeah,
able
I
to
don't think
use
he's
it, or he can. Maybe he's already used it, and that's why he's
he's
staking
going to
out.
pit lane now. So he might take that faster for now.
Yeah. He did have an early incident, so he might have actually already taken it, but who knows? It did seem like he still was somewhat on lead lap, so yeah, he was on lead lap, so yeah.
There's a great
Oh,
move there by
beautiful.
Brett Taylor. And I apologise to the viewers. I am having some technical difficulties. We do have a massive thunderstorm around my area at the moment, so apologies. But I won't miss this Super 1 race. You know, we're still here pushing up Super 2 and 1 race, I should say. But Brett Taylor there with a great move and gets it done on Steven Sinkovic. So I definitely want to see a replay of that because that was awesome.
Yeah, beautifully smooth under brakes into the Andretti hairpin. It's hard to do too. Oh, there's a bit of a lock up there. Ah, I see.
Yeah, as we're coming into the break, and so we see Sinkovic go a bit too deep. Yeah, but the racing line, as Shibi has pointed out, is very different. Even though he's locked the brakes, but he can still double apex the corner there, as he does, Stephen does. But he's left the door wide open, and up the inside he goes. Job done.
I'm sure that lockup wouldn't have helped as well. I'm sure.
Oh no, it would have definitely put him off, and that's why I think he gave that position up there. It still looked like a great move, and it was a great move. And, you know, another position on the crawlback.
Be interesting to see on board with Darren Lobb and see if he's actually clutching or not, because it doesn't seem like he is. He is? Oh yeah, he is too. He is 100%. He is clutching. Let's have a listen.
Yeah, we might stay on board for a lap.
Oh no, it just sounds like it's being really smooth. Oh no, he's clutching in there.
No,
he's clutching early, but
that's not clutching. It's his downshifting technique.
yeah, he's
You
just
can still
super
hear
smooth.
the engine. Yep, that's him just driving.
It is too, eh? It's just him being super smooth. That's impressive. Wow, that's definitely some skill in these cars. He spent some hours in these things.
And you can see with the amount of work that's going on that wheel, it's not an easy job. He's pushing. He's not just sitting here. He's trying to get that gap to Jamie, which is now reached to 3.2, because his last lap was just a 24.0. So he's 0.3 quicker than Jamie at the moment, and 0.7 quicker than Blake behind. So he's pushing quite hard.
We got a shark in the pond today, guys.
And his lead now raced 22 laps in already. You can just see the wheel just going side to side there, and he's really pushing this car.
And it's very, very smooth. It's just a flip on the down change and everything. Just very, very smooth.
Yeah, it's a very hard car to drive and get max out of, especially with the blip as well. So it takes a lot of practice, and some of these drivers, you know, take, you know, a year maybe to get that practice in where you find speed and you're confident. Because I'm very good on long tracks with the blipping technique, but when it comes to short tracks and the different gear ratio, I find it very difficult to blip and rev match my my engine, and I always lock the rears. So it's something I've got to take into account, but it's a very technical, you know, thing. Some drivers can just do it all the time because that's how they started. I started with the blip when I first started racing because I didn't know there was a difference. And yeah, when I started doing, you know, other events, and it was quite difficult to learn, especially teach yourself when you're in a rhythm. As you know, when you're driving your car, you go, you know, with your brakes left and right. Some people use their left foot to brake, and some people will use just their right foot, heel toe. So there's a lot of different techniques. Yeah, I tried the left foot brake when I race and hit in a clutch and blip, and I feel more comfortable, but I don't get the speed out of it. So
yeah, I'm definitely not getting the speed out of it, but that's how I kind of feel comfortable. So I think I want to keep the style, but I think I just need a lot more practice. as you said, a lot of these guys will, before they even enter a league and these things, will actually spend like a whole year in these cars and actually try and get a groove in them. And I think I'm going to need at least a year in these cars. Like honestly, haven't spent that much time in these cars, but I do every week try to jump in the car and do the track and that sort of stuff. And I'm always pretty consistently, 8 to 10 seconds slower than most of these guys. But I'm still trying. But it is all those things about being smooth on the blip and then getting the blip right every time is my thing. And especially with these, if you don't get it right, it'll send things sideways. It's just all these little things. You got to get in the groove with these things, I suppose, don't you?
Yep, and if you look at data, and some people will be, telling you to shift. Like I know in real life, a lot of my friends that raced supercars, they say, their engineer will tell them a certain point to shift, and if you're not shifting at that, you're losing time, which is very true. So if you're shifting early, you're losing all the revs. So they gotta memorize the RPM that's on their screen to shift that. Obviously, a bit different online, but if you want to get the max out of it, you also want to do the same as well. So
yeah, and there's also some cars that supercharged cars versus turbocharged cars. Also, a lot of the time with supercharged cars, you actually shift them a touch earlier because you want to keep those minimum revs up so that you can keep that supercharger really whirring away and sucking as hard as it can. Whereas with the turbocharged car, a lot of the time you really want to rev it out because you really want to keep that at higher revs and that exhaust fumes really pushing and really heaving that turbo and making it push as much air as it can also. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's what motorsport's about, though. It's all the technicalities. Every single different category has different techniques. Some have blips, some don't have blips. Some got traction. And this supercar has no downforce. It's a big, heavy ton car, a big V8 engine in it, and a stick shift. it's crazy, but that's what we love.
Yeah, and rip everything else out of it and make everything you can inside of that cabin carbon fiber, as you can see.
As we look on the performance sim racing of Harry Dodd, still in P5, sitting nice. He's kind of fallen back from the cars in front of him at the moment. He's 32 seconds off the leader, but he's got a really nice gap to the car behind.
Yeah, and he's got a real smooth technique tonight, so it's looking good.
Oh, as he goes really deep there.
I was thinking he was trying to avoid Brett Taylor there. I think he was like, what's he got this guy doing? Maybe I'll just stay out of his way. It was a very smart move there, Harry Dodds. Anything could have happened there. Brett Taylor could have got a bit of dirt there and spun it around, so Harry was very smart staying out of that. So Brad Walls just jumped to the pits here, sitting in 6th place for our Super 2s at the moment. And Darren Lobb, our race leader, has just entered the pits also. Beautiful. That's he's come in. He's built himself a bit of a gap here. So, but it's given him Jamie Dyke an opportunity to pass him though. But Darren Lobb into the pits. That
means that fuel time is the boys. That's what they were saving for. They do not want to have to do the 2-stop. It's going to be a 1-stop for those guys, and we're past the halfway mark. And it's going to be looking good for Jamie. That's just now for Darren, how much he can get in the second stint.
Yeah, because as we said, I saw on board earlier, hey, he wasn't saving at all. Whereas we definitely saw the Fishy boys definitely saving a bit of gas there. So they might get one, maybe even 2 laps more. Who knows?
That's right. They've got to push now, and I think we're going to see them in this lap or either the next.
2 KFC cars. I feel like some Wicked Wings now, eh?
Well, I live around the corner from a KFC, but I enjoyed a nice sushi tonight, so...
Oh, very nice, yeah. You can't go backwards, can you? Sorry.
That's right.
Don't mean that to any bad to anybody, but, gotta love a bit of sushi, hey? Yum, yum, yum. These guys having a great little work together as well. Darren Lobb out of the pits now. He's down into 6th place out of the pits now, so he's put in a lot of gas there, so he should get him to the end. But look at that. He was almost 8 seconds in front. Shibby was just telling us when he pitted. So he's definitely done very, very well. We've got Greg Sholton. He's back out on track fixed his car now, and he's back on track. That Mustang is looking in much better shape than it once was. Oh, and Darren Lobb just trying to get down the inside of him. Darren Lobb back on the push, trying to get back up to the front of this field once again. He's going to have to try and filter through some back markers though as he goes. As you just saw there, Greg Sholton. Hopefully, none of these back markers hold him up too much. As we see, Daniel Schultz, our leader for our Super 2s, coming to the pits now, guys. A leader for our Super 2s. And Stephen Martin is back into the pits as well. So our number 1 and our number 2 Super 2s are in the pits, guys, in the pits. We got Mr. Andrew Cowie as well. Sorry.
It's going to be interesting now as well, because we're definitely going to see a one-stop strategy play out for most of these drivers. We saw 2 cars, I think, pit before the halfway mark, which they might have to do again. But as we see, Jamie Dyke, our overall leader, and Blake Delaney and Michael Whiting now feeding into the pit lane. Does the Hurricane Dodsy push it as well, or is he going to go out one more lap?
Ooh, interesting. I think he might stay out one more. But he has been out on no man's land by himself, kind of. You know, it's easy when you've got, he's been in a nice little comfortable position and consistent laps, but, it's hard when you're out there by yourself.
Yep, he's coming into pit lane.
Yeah.
It's going to be, as you said, when you're in no man's land, you can play something different, and your strategy game could be, go longer, shorter pit. But we see Darren Lobb. This is going to be an interesting rejoin. As I said, this is a tricky pit exit. So all eyes on the fishies, and I think.
Jamie Dyke's not going to make it.
He's got him covered.
Look at that. Is he going to be able to get him on the exit? Yes, he is. It's just that last little corner in that pit lane. Hey, if you don't get it right, you can go off into the sand, and then.
As we saw the blue cones there as well. If you don't cross those blue cones, you got a drive-through penalty or a timing penalty, which is not nice, especially after you've just done a pit stop.
No, 100%. It's normally like 30 or 40 seconds. It's like, oh, come on, really? And drive through, drive through the pits again. Haven't I just been here? Oh, it's beautiful job up through Rahal there.
So Jamie seemed to have a nice gap to his teammates now, so be interesting to see how Jamie attacks. He's only 2 seconds behind, so he's definitely closed the gap by a second in that pit stop. But Blake and Michael they've kind of fallen off.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what's the pit time. Yeah, the pit time from Darren Lobb was about 3 seconds longer, approximately. About 3 seconds longer than everybody else's pit stops, well, like this, in the top 10. So, in the top 7, actually, sorry. So, yeah, it seems, maybe Darren's taken a bit more, or he's had to take a bit more because he just hasn't fuel saved in that first sector, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's right, because he did say he did pit a little bit later.
Alex McManus here with for Team 3 Racing. Is he going to be able to make this move stick on Stephen Martin here? Well, he's got a little bit of a gap here, though. He might be able to close this gap on the straight, though, just depending on Stephen Martin. We know Stephen Martin's very consistent, though, so and he loves to put his elbows out, so it might be a bit hard for Team 3 with the old Scorpio on the side. So, guys, I'll just take that opportunity once again to make sure all you guys out there in Viewerland, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you can keep up to date with all of us. We're coming up to our season 3 soon in a few weeks. Make sure you come and join us for that also. Thank you very much to DragonRC, our sponsor for the V8 Super Show, along with DSL Welding Services, Pagnian Advanced Simulation, and of course our promo department. So,
Yeah, that's right. We wouldn't be able to do it without those guys. And big shout out to the viewers as well. As we said, if you're in the chat, don't forget we are here. You can say, "Hey, I'm watching the YouTube chat," so come in and say good day to me
on the Facebook. So we've got Cameron Jones on the Facebook chat said KFC to the front. Cameron
in front
Jones
of the line.
said,
yes, KFC to the front of the line. I
all,
agree.
and he said except for fishy, they can have sushi.
Well, I'm not a fishy, but I had sushi.
Let's go.
That is a great
I'll
line.
have a zinger. I'll have a zinger. Oh, I love a good zinger burger.
Yes, please. I will take one as well with the side of salmon for sushi. So I'll have a bit of both.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah, nice.
Not being biased, I'll shove share.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as you're paying Chibi, I reckon we get Chibi to pay.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
He's head producer wages and all, you know.
Yeah, that's right. His head producer's raises.
And Peter Morris is in the chat saying, "Has Monday night's cars been chosen?" Chibi, can we say, or can you tell me? Okay, we're going to release season 3 within the next week, guys. So keep an eye out for everything. We have had a team meeting about it, but we cannot.
Yeah.
Our lips are sealed.
We haven't had a team meeting at all. We don't know.
No
release
team
to the public. You guys just have to hit the notification bell and follow us on Facebook and if you just want to find out, I guarantee you, join our Discord. Yep, and you will see there.
And you can see it on our the Discord link will be put up on all our socials also as you're viewing right now.
Yeah, it's in the description as well. So if you want to come and join, because we're open to definitely having more drivers next season for multiple different classes that I think we're going to do. Again, obviously supercars because they're awesome, but everything else I have no idea. So
yeah, I've actually got
back to the racing. I think
a few of my friends signing up as well, already signed up from SLM Racing, so that'll be good to see them. And cool on some of my friends.
Greg's, he's got a bit more damage.
He's having a rough time at Laguna today.
Yeah, but it's not the rear of the car.
At least he's still got a bit of downforce on the back, but he's just got speed. Massive speed hold.
No, I reckon it's because it's the last round and all the fans in the stands. He's just giving body parts away. That's what it's got to be. He's got spare body parts the entire season.
Yeah, he's like, bring him back to the pits. I'll sign him for you, bro.
That's right. Exactly. That's what I reckon he's
doing. He's just doing it for the fans. Sitting there and enjoying
it.
Yeah, legend. So where did he lose his bonnet here?
We're just trying to find where he went off track, and he's lost his hood to the guys in the crowd.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been a lot of times.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to find his bonnet because he has been off a little bit over the course of the race. But
some lucky fans just jumped over that fence and grabbed that bonnet and gone, yeah.
Yeah, but he's going to turn into pit lane now to sign it, I think. Oh, no, he's got the tail. So he's giving the tail away now. He's giving the tail away. Oh, I reckon we can find that one. Who's he giving that tail to?
That's the commentator here, guys. Sorry.
So he's got on the corkscrew and lost it at the top.
It was only a little bit.
He's giving it to the marshal. He pulled over and gave it to that marshal up at the top there.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, you go, bro.
Yeah,
you want a wing?
Yeah. I'll see you in pit lane in a sec." He's probably got one of those Sebastian Vettel scooters. He's riding there right now to pit lane.
Yeah.
As we are on
board
now
Kimi Räikkönen all those years back. Was it 2000? I can't remember what year it was. And it was at Monaco. And instead of going back to pit lane, he crashed his car and just walked through the tunnel straight to his super yacht and just started drinking beers, took his shirt off. That was so awesome.
I think if I parked my yacht there, I'd be rather go on there.
Exactly right. Good on him, I say.
Kimmy doesn't like to talk to the media, so he's like, well, the best way to avoid the media, I'll sit in my boat.
Yep. I'll sit on my boat, drink some beers with my mates. Yeah. My car's broken anyway.
So we got Dean Sintovich as well, I think has just spun and lost 2 spots.
Is that a bit of a moment?
If we can get the replay, I think we are again having a little mishap with SDK. Oh, he ran a little bit wide and did the same thing I think we saw Greg do. This time he didn't actually hit the fence, so he's just rejoined slowly, got back on. As we were talking about before as well, Jamie Dyke has closed the gap down to 1.5 seconds out in front, but the gap behind, I don't know what Michael and Blake have done in the pit lane, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happened there. I think it's either they've missed their marks or, yeah, it's hard to say. They've lost a lot. See a nice little battle here. Reese gets the job down the inside. Nice clean move. Lots of room given from Greg. So a great move there. But you can see a lot of drivers there with different lines, as we were talking about before, that corkscrew. 3 different cars just ran through there, and they all took different lines. But we're getting towards the back end of this race now. We're on lap 33, and
I've had just Stephen Martin be passed by 3 cars at the back here as well. So Cowie's made that pass on Steve Martin as well. So I'm not sure what's happened there.
And I'm sorry, we are on lap 35 because we were watching a different car. But this race is kind of, settled down. We haven't seen the safety car like we thought. Everyone's been really clean when it comes to racing, and they haven't actually given them too much elbows and biff and barge, but it's a very tough track to pass. It's more of a self-mistake than anything else as we get a replay here. This sort of car, instant transmission in front. Not sure where he's gone. Oh, he's now returned.
Stephen Martin. Because Stephen Martin was in P7 originally.
Yeah, but he did disappear there for a second, so that could have been a little technical issue.
Oh, yeah. Could have been just a bit of a glitchy.
Yep, there he goes there. So he probably lost 4 positions from when he disappeared, but and then reappeared. So a little bit of a technical issue there. We apologise for that.
Maybe that's the storm's hitting again wherever he is.
Yeah, we did see a little moment as we now go back and see Cowie in the Performance Sim Racing 991 car.
It's looking very nice out there, really, by the way.
We've got a 4-car battle at the moment, and yeah, he's got his Cowie music on the side of that car, and the team sponsor Toyo Sims is a brand new sponsor on the front of the car as well for the team this season.
That's cool.
These guys pushing hard, and Cowie, like always, just sits in his rhythm and just enjoys his battling, and it's also part of the broadcast as we see.
Oh, we got Greg Johnston off the outside.
Greg Johnson, yeah, sorry, Greg Johnson, I think off the back there.
No, in the prostate cancer car. Oh.
We'll have to get a replay of what happened there, but I reckon he's gone a bit too deep and then looped it around in the corkscrew, or he's either got the wheel spin on the exit. Yeah, he's gone too deep.
Oh, missed his braking point.
No, this is before the corkscrew.
Oh, that's way before.
Yeah, that's before the corkscrew.
That.
So here we go. We will see again.
Possibly a bit of stuff still in his tyres, maybe, but no, he's completely missed his braking point there.
Yeah, so I thought he went a bit too deep at the corkscrew. And then when he's come on, because it's such a very hilly,
it's so hard.
It's very hilly, and then he's
on full brakes, just slides, keeps on sliding down the hill.
And he reverses.
Oh no!
He's done the right.
He's done the right thing, yeah.
Yeah, he's done the right thing. He's got out of the way and he's just waiting, and then he's just rejoined the track. So good job there. But I thought he was going to loop it on the grass.
Me too. I think that's probably why he's like, oh no, I'm going to loop it. No, there's other cars coming. I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah, and some drivers wouldn't do that, and some drivers would just
had a bit of a moment
through.
too. Sorry.
But that's right. He's just rated, hit the brakes, and then done it safely. So good on him. So this is the great battle here, as you see Alex putting the pressure on this Kentucky Fried Chicken cars right in front. He really wants to get the chicken tonight. I need to stop with my dad joke punts tonight, but hey, it's
do you remember those old ads,
fun.
you know? Hey mum, can we have chicken tonight tomorrow? That's one of my favourites as a kid. Sorry, just on a side point there. Who just said Steven Sigovich and Dean Sigovich both had bit moments.
I think we got one in the pit lane as well.
We got Dean Sigovich in the pit.
Background.
Oh no, Dean Sigovich has entered the pit lane, so that's a bit of a hard one. But oh no, and Cowie's had a bit of a moment too. So Bradley
because Cowie was on the back of this battle, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I don't see Cowie in the background, so
let's see what's happened. Oh, through the corkscrew.
He's done the same thing.
Oh. Just late under brakes.
Yeah, he's just
way late under brakes.
Oh God, wow.
And then he's realised far too late, slammed on a little bit too much too.
But he's done the right thing.
He does have his new pedals, so he's probably still trying to get used to them as well. So we'll forgive him that one. Forgive him his trespasses.
That was close. It's a bad rejoin from Cowie, but he's kiss the barrier.
Kiss the barrier
he said to the guy, "Hey, you want some of my my spare parts?"
Yeah, exactly right. Mine are cooler, man. Do you want my bumper?
Yeah, I'll throw one over the window for you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
But this race, wow, we're 38 laps in. This is a breeze pass. And you see Jamie Dyke is still out in front. Oh no, sorry, P2, and he's only got 1.3 seconds. So he's kind of Darren Mobb's managing this race very well. But yeah, Darren's just managing that gap quite well. Jamie needs this win if he wants any chance of trying to fight for the championship. You know, as I said, he was one of the cars that could fight because the gap for those boys was really close. So he might try and get those points again. But I think it was only
just me. Do they look those tyres looking a bit sketchy in the braking point?
What was that, Dean Sigovich?
Oh, it is Dean Sigovich. Yeah, Darren Lobb's car under brakes looks a bit sketchy. Oh no! And he's taking Rooster going out on the way through too. Oh, no. That's why we see damage on both sides of that car. Oh.
Yeah, just unlucky there for a race. He was having a good race.
Oh.
And I know Dean just visited the pit lane as well, so that would have been cold tyres.
So Cowie's just entered the pits also, so I'm not sure what's happened there. Cowie and Greg Johnston are both entered the pits.
Yeah, maybe trying something different, maybe for a late safety car, maybe saw a car off and trying something different. But
or maybe
when you're in the middle of this,
on new tyres.
That's right. When you're in the middle of the pack, what else could you do? You know, you want to try and push and get some track position. Why not?
Yeah, get some clean air, right?
He's got 6 seconds to Greg in front, so I think he's going to try and push. But that gap out in front now is opened up again to about 5 to 1.9 seconds. Now 2.1. So yeah, Darren's doing a really good job out in front.
Yeah, now Super 2's there. Daniel Schultz has opened up, wow, a 17-second gap to Stephen Martin in second place.
He's
this race
doing
tonight.
quite well.
Oh, Stephen Martin, has he got a bit of problem there? Why is he slowed right down? He's slowing right down. He's only a number 11 car. Stephen Martin.
He's got to have a slow. I think he's got to slow down.
Oh yeah, slow down, and plus blue flag because of the other cars coming through also. Darren Lobb in the lead.
Yep, I think he's just getting out of the way there. Darren doesn't want to be involved. And we got Jamie flashing his headlights, and he's been held up massively there.
Massively. Oh, he was on the hunt
yeah.
too. There's a 1.3 second gap he had there before he hit back markers. Well,
Yeah.
there might be some protests on the radio after this one. We'll leave that to race control.
Yeah, he's been pushing quite hard and then got the back of these guys. And, they're on track as well, having their own individual battles. So
Yeah, 100%. Because Stephen Martin right now is sitting second position right now in the Super 2s. And as we were saying earlier at the start of this race, that it was going to be very interesting when we came to the back markers and how everyone gets past each other, etc. Later on in this race. And this is where it's coming to the pointy end, this last 10 laps.
Yeah, Peter Pavlovich as well moved out of the way quite nicely there on the last corner of Jamie Dyke. So Jamie Dyke is again back on the hunt with his Piranha for Darren.
Absolutely pushing hard. He's lost a bit of road here, but I'm sure he's got the pace to try and get back to him. Oh, Greg Scholten again. He's just had an absolute shocker tonight.
Is Dean involved as well? So there's a couple of cars been involved in this incident. Maybe separate incidents, just found each other at the same spot.
Oh, ouch.
He's just done it on his own.
Oh, wow. That was a hard hit. That was a big, big hit. How is that not a meatball?
Yeah, I think he might have a meatball now.
Oh, it is a meatball. Yeah, it is.
And then we got C24 in the background there. So he's just coming through. Is he going to collect him on the way past?
He's great to get out of his way.
In the braking zone. Might try and get a different angle of that, but ouch.
Wow, we didn't see that from the first angle, did we?
No.
Oh, it's two back-to-back incidents, sorry. Apologies. Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
Dean
he pulls
is
it up.
never
No, he
going to
doesn't.
see
No.
that happening.
Oh,
That's
boom.
wow. So in the braking zone, moving, he was probably only just trying to do the right thing and get off the racing line, but you got to be really vigilant on what you do there.
Yeah, most definitely.
As we see Cowie already on the back of Greg. So I did say that gap was 7 seconds, and Cowie's already shut that down to 4/10. So go Cowie.
Average sim racer, whatever. Legendary sim racer. That's what he needs to change his name to legendary sim racer now.
That's right, and he's going to definitely have a look down the inside as he has, and he gets the nose there. Oh, the respect, Cowie. Send it.
Oh, and we've got a disappearing car there again.
Did he make the corner? No, he
Oh,
didn't.
no,
I didn't think he did. So
I
Cowie,
thought he just glitched out.
Cowie
No.
showed the nose, and it gave him maybe a little fright there. So good
I
job,
think
Cowie.
so. Yeah, I think he has.
Yeah, the good old show the nose trick, and it frightened the car in front, and it made them make a mistake. So good job, Cowie.
Oh, and it's easy enough to make a mistake, especially in this late part of the race. These guys' tires would be screaming. Even as we saw earlier with Darren Lobby, who's coming into Andretti hairpin, his car under brakes was getting a bit loose in the rear end a little bit. So these guys, even at the front, with all their skill, are still finding it hard at this point of the race just to keep it nice and steady and on track. So these guys towards the back of the pack with not as much experience. That's why you're seeing a lot of these mistakes happen now, guys. So.
Yeah, it's been a long race, and the traffic comes into play now. We've got a fair few cars. I think we got only 7 or 6 cars on the lead lap at the moment. So, as we just heard over race control, Dean Sinkovich has a drive-through penalty. I'm going to assume that was for our first incident with Dean, with the up at the corkscrew. So he'll be serving that drive-through penalty. Obviously not for the one that was involving our other driver we just saw, Greg.
Yeah. That'll be a bit more of a more complex one to unpick, I think.
Yes, definitely.
No, I don't envy race control whatsoever. So you do an amazing job, guys. Well done. Thank you. Yeah, Shibby was just saying Cowie should change his name to Cowie, the more than average sim racer. I like that. Yeah, it's quite good.
Or the entrepreneur sim racer.
Yeah.
$1 million setup.
It's insane, hey. That is just incredible. Shift, like tacos and everything, just amazing.
Yeah, full shifter set up, like 6 screens. Yeah, he's
Got
a
good
really
jinx
nice rig.
shifters and yeah, just amazing, man. HK ultimates. It's got just insane.
As we see
Insane.
a fishy battle here, Michael Whiting and Blake Delaney now, starting to, I don't know what a catchphrase for the fish car, bite up. I would say spice up, but we'll say bite up.
Oh,
Since
yeah.
these ones are only separated by 6/10, and they've got a nice gap in front and a gap behind to Dodgy. So these guys can fight it out for the last 6 laps.
Yeah, still trying to push upstream now, I'm sure, just to their other fishy boys and to the other fishy brother, but they've got way too much of a gap now.
That was amazing. Oh, wow. Push upstream. Oh, wow. That was awesome.
So
God,
hopefully these guys don't take each other out. Oh, Bradley Walls had a bit of a moment there for Crisscross Esports there. Wonder
At
what's
the,
happened there
the
through the corkscrew
corkscrew,
once
too
again,
late.
bites again, doesn't it?
Oh, that was under brakes at the
Wow.
start.
That possibly might be how the tyres, and he's had a couple of offs already, and he might have a couple of, he's probably worn out those rears a lot more than some of these other cars, possibly.
Especially when you're locking them up like that as well. It's going to burn a little bit as we're on board, I think. Ew, yeah.
Oh, he's got a bit of dirt on the braking zone. It seemed like he was braking very early there, though, in a very strange spot.
You normally use the curb on the right side of it. So when you go from the left side to the right side of the track, you kind of use the middle of the road as your brake marker. So yeah, just pinch the brakes a bit too hard there.
Yeah, just there. Yeah, true. Yeah, where it kinks kind of thing, eh? Is your brake master marker. It's been very, very impressive. I haven't seen too many people hit these sausage curbs. They seem to have. iRacing seems to have calmed down the sausage curbs on Laguna Seca a little bit. I could be wrong, but they seem to used to be, especially this one as we come up through here, up to Rahal Strait.
Yeah, it's more of a eat your curb. So if you take a bit too much, it will really slow your car down and spin you off. So.
But I do remember them being like massive gutters, and they really do some strange things to the front of your car as well. So it seems to have been smoothed out a little bit. So thank you if that is the case, iRacing.
Yeah,
or maybe I've just gotten better and I've just avoid them more now.
Yeah, maybe we'll go with that.
Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, Greg Johnston. Seems like he's got a bit of damage on that car after his early incident, or he might be just letting these guys go.
Yeah, he's getting out of the way, I think.
Yeah, Alan Hodgkinson, Brett Taylor, both in the pits, have just both left the pits, actually. Sorry. Just with early incidents also, so these guys are just having a bit of a rough time. Daniel Schultz still sitting out in front for our Super 2s at the moment, Tyson. He's having a great drive.
I really think he's having one of those lonely drives like Mr. Dodsey.
Yeah.
No one in sight, just cruising, hitting the numbers like he wants to. His numbers are not the same as the front guys, but he's leading the front in the Super 2. So, well done, Daniel.
But he's averaging he's sitting in that sort of mid to late sort of 25s, early 26s, most laps averaging. So, he's doing very, very well.
Yeah, and that seems to be the middle pack pace, and he's beating that, and he's just built out his gap in that first stint, as we said, and
I think him getting tussled up with these Super 1 guys as well, and had him, and that's kind of helped him create a gap to Stephen Martin behind him as well. Just these guys having a touch more pace, just to be able to sit on the back of him. But he's had a bit of at the start of the race anyway, and the rest of the race has been pretty lonely for him. So that's just come down to his own skill and consistency, right?
Yeah, that's right. And if we can see at the front, the time from Jamie Dyke, he's only got 2 laps to go, and he's running out of time. To catch him. I don't think he's going to get there. And then we go on board with Michael. He's got 4/10 to his teammate, so we got a battle for the lead that I don't think is going to close. That gap's been basically the same since the pit stop. So it's just, unless we see a mistake from Darren, I don't see him losing that position.
No, I don't see him losing that position either. But Jamie Dyer, for what a race, mate. You know, only 47 laps and there's only a second and a half in it. Like, between 1 and 2, that's just craziness. Still pushing hard. A lot of these times, and especially in tracks like this, you'd expect, you know, quite a bit more of a gap. But no, these guys are just pushing hard and just remaining patient as they go through these back markers for this last few laps.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. We've already been racing for an hour and 10 minutes, so an hour and 9 minutes. So it's going to be an hour and 10-minute race, and that's a long drive. That's especially for the sim races.
Oh, especially in these V8s as well, right? They're not easy to drive. They're not. They're pretty. You might think we're just sitting here, just turning a wheel and all the rest of it, but it's not all that. You know, it is your shifters, and it's all this, and it's the clutching and the blipping, and the, you know, it's all those things. It's a full-on workout.
See, the Fishy boys here just caught behind a bit of lap traffic as they're battling for a fight as he pulls out of the way now, and you know, Whiting really trying to catch him.
Yeah, absolutely pushing hard here.
And we might just see the fight on the last lap, so they don't want to get tangled up too early. They might just want to, you know, pounce on the last lap.
Yeah, we don't want to see them anything happen on the last lap and last corner. That's the last time we're going to mention it.
Ooh, as we see Greg Leg go into the corkscrew a bit too deep there.
Just driving straight over there. That's what we're talking about, the line at the top. You think you got it right, and then all of a sudden you go over the top and you're like, hang on, that's grass and dirt. That's dirt, not track. Yeah, so that's...
So
that like
Darren
exactly
Mobb has now started his final lap, and his gap is 1.6, so he's, you know, no mistakes. Last lap, you've got to really hold it out. And, you know, Jamie Dyke the same. He doesn't want to make a mistake. And
you really have to take a deep breath, hey, last lap.
Yep, he's done the most he can to try and maximise his championship attack. And Darren Lobb, you know, he's just come here, started fourth, pushed through to B1 in that first stint. And he's, you know, might come home for a good finish here.
Yeah, beautiful drive from Darren Lobb. He's up 3 positions from his starting position, started in 4th place there. So absolutely great drive from him. Went into the pits 8 seconds in front. They had a bit of a longer pit stop. I think just so he could push a bit harder, and he thought he could build a bit more of a gap from Jamie Dyke, but it didn't account for how quick Jamie Dyke is, really. Did Jamie Dyke just have a moment over the top of the corkscrew as he was going through, or is that just my eyes?
I think it was your eyes.
No. Yeah, just my eyes, that's right.
As we go back on to the P3 battle, the back end of the podium, we know the front isn't going to really be kept, but we got some lap cars who are going to play a part in this. No, they pull out the way. As we see Blake and Michael going at it, are they going to have a last corner dash? Who's going to have a look down the inside?
Yeah, and Darren Love comes over the line.
Just crossed the line in P1, but we go back to the battle for P3. I think that's it. That battle will be definitely sorted now. And Delaney will be our 3rd place spot. Well done, mate.
Beautiful work there from Blake Delaney, and that should secure him. No, I won't.
Yeah, it's too hard to say.
On points yet. Yeah, no, I won't go down that rabbit hole, shall we? We'll let the guys make sure they sort it out first. Daniel Schultz for our winner in our Super 2 category, with a great start and having a bit of melee and a great drive and a couple of passes and stuff on it. Just kept his 6th spot. Had to fight for his spot. Great pit stop strategy. And he's definitely gotten himself up here by a big margin there, by 28 and a bit seconds there from his rival there in the Super 2, Stephen Martin.
Yeah, so he got a lap up on the P7 car, so he's really, you know, had a really nice breath of fresh air. It was the last car on the lead lap, and, you know, well done to him for the Super 2 win.
And Eddie, just to butt in there, from Facebook, we just said Eddie Klimowicz. He just said, well done, the sushi train. And big, massive shout out, Eddie Klimowicz, for your 100 stars. You're our biggest donator, and I think I want to 4 stars on Facebook, so thank you very, very much. It makes a big difference to us, and Thank you very much. Yeah, all the support. So, guys, while we just watch admire these guys' burnouts, we shall bring some of these awesome drivers into our green room and down into chat. I'm not sure if we should wait a little bit until we get the. We will wait a little bit until we get the series endings, and we'll get the races for tonight, and then the series finishes.
Yep, I don't think Harry Dodds is going to change that podium on the championship. So we just get our top three. Know who the top three are in the Super One championship is definitely going to be Delaney, Jamie, and Michael. In what order, I am unsure. But nonetheless, we know Michael Whiting has definitely got P3 in the championship. Who's won two? I don't know if the points are going to be that much of a difference. But again, I don't want to say who could give an award to someone who hasn't won it yet. So we'll get those results and then we'll congratulate. But definitely top three of those three fishy motorsports. So 1, 2, 3 in the championship, that's pretty cool.
That's pretty awesome. That is really awesome. I think the one that's going to be interesting is Daniel Schultz and Stephen Martin. There was only 20 points in that one for Super 2. So that's going to be very interesting to see whether it all comes out in the wash there and see, because Daniel Schultz had a very, very dominant performance over Stephen Martin tonight. So he's beaten him by a fair margin there. Whether the points difference actually makes a difference or not tonight, we'll see. Second, so it's 6 points different, is it? Yeah, 6 point difference. So there was a 20-point difference there. So we've still got Stephen Martin there in first place, and Daniel Schultz in second place. And we'll have to work out whether Peter Pavlovich is slipped in. And then Peter Pavlovich is in third as well, there for the championship. So for Super Twos.
So, well, Toddy, I might hand it to you to let those interviews for the post race, and I might try and grab some drivers.
Sweet as, thank you. We should start with Super Twos. So for our Super 2 Season 2 Championship winner is Stephen Martin. We'll just bring him down very soon, but he's our season winner, Stephen Martin, followed by Daniel Schultz in second place, and third place is Peter Pavlovich for our season 2 Super 2s for our V8 Supercars. So I might just bring down Mr. Stephen Martin.
Yeah.
Mr. Stephen Martin, congratulations, mate, on your second place tonight and your first place in the series tonight, mate. Well done.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks, guys. Yeah, pretty pumped with that. It's good. Just a nice, clean night to get it finished. So, yeah, very happy to put it all together.
How'd you find the series? How'd you find tonight?
No, really enjoyed it. Everybody in the league, regardless of the pace, the battling's always been good. There's the odd little rub and bump here, but it's always really respectful. And mid-pack, back of the field, everybody, just the camaraderie and respect for everybody has been super. Really enjoyed it. So yes, obviously we'll do some thank yous at some point soon. But thanks everybody and you guys, admin, race controls. Yeah, just really good league. Enjoy it a lot.
Thank you. How'd you find the corkscrew tonight, mate?
Well, I was just a bit cautious because I wasn't really sure what Schultze needed to do to give it a run. So I was on a 0x for a fair chunk of the early bit of the race, and his pace was leaving me behind. So I just focused on that just in case those 3 bonus points was going to really matter. So I was probably a bit conservative on a few spots, but yeah, just wanted to get the season result finished. So happy enough to just sit there and take it a little easier.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, go the safe road and yeah, make sure you get back in one piece. Hey, I'll give you opportunity to shout out your sponsors if you like, man.
Yeah, just want to thank all the boys in the team as well. Been super helpful all the way through the season. Thanks to Jonesy, who was our spotter for tonight. Pav, been heaps of fun having him join the team over the last little bit, and obviously doing this series together. So yeah, thanks to all the guys in the team. But for our sponsors, obviously thanks to KFC, Lake Edge. Shout out to Banksy. Hopefully having a scotch watching in. Fuchs Oils, Madcore Computers, Fluron Studios, and Hybrid Racing Simulations.
Oh, thank you very much, mate. Nice one. We'll bring down Mr. Daniel Schultz and Peter Pavlovich at the same time, I believe, and we'll both have a chat to them as well. Our second and third place in our championship, and our first and third place in our race night.
Well,
Mr. Daniel Schultz, I'll start with you, Mr. Sir. Very well done tonight, mate. Yeah, it seemed like you were a bit of a great start there, and then a bit of a lonely kind of middle of the race. How'd you find it, mate?
Yeah, I was kind of just cruising at my own pace, and I had obviously the two boys, Alex and Scotty, there spotting me, let me know, lap times, gap behind, and I just thought every time that Steve put a lap in, and I thought, you know what, if he can do that, I'll respond to it just to try and keep a gap, and yeah, I just kind of zoned in and found my groove, and I love Laguna Seca, so just sent it and hoped for the best, really, and ended up well.
No, that's very, very well done. And second in the championship as well. So well done on that as well, mate. Good
Oh,
night
by
for
how
you.
many points is that?
By 14 points, mate. Isn't it? 14
Oh,
points, isn't it? Yeah, so yeah, it wasn't much. Yeah, it wasn't much at all. So unfortunately, we just worked it out and went, oh man. After that, if only it was the amount of seconds you beat him by would have hopefully that would have made a difference, but obviously not. Oh
yeah.
well.
Nah, look, good drive to Steven, man. He's been on it all season. But yeah, man, it was good driving from him, I'd say, and all the other boys too, and all the admin. All big thanks to everyone there too. At the same time, we'll
Well, you may
build
as
up
well
better and come back next season even stronger.
segue into thanking your sponsors and stuff, or anybody you want to thank as well.
Oh, well, all right then. Yeah, I'd like to thank After Dark Sim Racing. Obviously the guys they put a bit of trust in me to make sure that this happens, and put me in the Mustang to punch holes in air and make it happen. Spin tires and light fires. Yeah, big shout out to DSL Welding Services, Corp IT, DragonRC, Above and Below, Stump Grinding, Tree Minded, Mod Tint, Racing with Autism Australia, ABC Transport, AA Designs. Also a shout out to Dot for the season for helping me out and to try and push me and get me to where I am. The whole team at After Dark Sim Racing, Alex and Scotty and Lukey and all the boys there for assisting building setups. Obviously SRW for hosting this amazing season, and yeah, that'll do me, I reckon.
Oh, legendary. Thank you very much, mate. It's been a pleasure watching you all season, and yeah, it'd be great to see you back next season as well. Punching holes in there as well again. While you're here as well, Mr. Peter Pavlovich. Well done tonight, mate. And third in the championship. Very well done. How you feeling about tonight, and how you feeling about the series?
Really, really good. Just tried to keep it clean and make sure I didn't do anything stupid, like sending myself off the track. Other than that, just been trying to be consistent, and it's worked out in the end.
It's very well done, mate. Very well done. I'm sure you'd like to shout out your sponsors and thank some people also.
It's all right. Steve will probably do it
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah. Steve's already said his bit and all the rest of it. I just thought, if there's anybody else personally you'd like to thank or anything else like that.
Nah, just literally all the admins for putting this on. You guys in the commentary team, and just thanks a lot to all those involved in the background. And hopefully, I'll be around for the next season.
Awesome. We look forward to having you, mate.
Yeah, that's right,
Great.
boys. And while you're all here, man, I just want to say a massive congrats to the three of yous. All season I've been in the com box, enjoying this awesome battle that's been happening. And from me going from the track to the com box and seeing it from the outside, it was a pleasure to watch the track action. Where you guys are strong, where you guys are weak, and then to bring it home in the end to bring an awesome championship together. A big congratulations from my part, boys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cheers.
100% agree.
Yep. Thank you guys. Appreciate that, and yeah, you guys have been good, strong advocates of the quality of the Super 2 racing. I've heard in the watchbacks here and there, and the battles that we've had, and that doesn't go unnoticed. It's been good fun doing it, and great to get the acknowledgement from all you guys calling the races.
Oh, it's our pleasure, mate. That's why, with you guys in Super Twos as well, we know that you guys will be coming up in Super Ones as well. So then we've got a story to tell about you guys as you guys grow and get better and get more consistent and like and you guys get to know each other a lot more as well. You're racing with each other, so you get to know each other's driving styles and stuff. So it just gets better. I know we're only at end of season 2, but we're just growing and growing, and it just seems like better racing every season. So it's pretty awesome.
It's
So
definitely
we
a
thank
few
you
weeks.
as racers.
Definitely a few weeks there. I could recite you the part number off the back of Schultz's wing. That's for sure.
Maybe you can sign one for you.
No, I might
Yeah.
sign it and send it.
Yeah.
It's
Nice.
been good fun.
Awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, boys. Well, I'll bring some of these Super One boys down then. Shall we bring down tonight's winner, Darren Lobb, first, and then we'll bring down the rest of the boys as well.
Point, but yeah, we should.
Mr. Darren Lobb, how are you? Fine, sir. I just pulled you down to the broadcast room for tonight's winner. I thought I'd just bring you down here and say hello and see how you found tonight.
How rude of you guys! Pull me out halfway through my conversation. Yeah, how you going, boys?
Good, mate. Very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, good. Yeah, good fun race tonight. I wasn't sure whether I was going to make it in, and hopped in just kind of as practice started getting going and tried to cut a few laps. And I was saying to the guys earlier, this feels like the MX-5 track. It's I don't do a lot of Laguna racing outside of those early days of running through your rookie and D-class licenses in the MX-5. And I think when I joined iRacing, it was probably the Pontiac Solstice, right? So I learned to drive a supercar around the place, and it's actually good fun. It always makes for good racing.
Yeah, the big heavy cars to try and get around here, especially the corkscrew. Those last couple of laps looked like the tyres were getting a bit sketchy there, were they?
Oh, the tyres did go off a little bit. The car was starting to move around on the brakes, and I was kind of just managing the gap to Jamie and as best as you can, try and manage the traffic ahead to try catch them in the places where it's easy enough for them to let you by. And I was playing around with the brake bias a little bit during the course of a stint, and I just forgot to move it further forward as the stint went on. So one of my teammates jumped on Discord and said, car's moving around a fair amount under brakes. And I kind of went, oh, yeah, okay, maybe give it a click or two to the front and get it back under control. But yeah, it was kind of just nursing at home and managing the gap at that stage.
Oh, nice. Very, very nice drive from you, mate. And who would you like to thank tonight, mate?
I suppose just thanks to my teammate Bruce is not feeling well tonight. He got me into the league right at the beginning of the season, and he's pretty damn disappointed not to make the last round. And then just my teammates back in Oz and the team from Simrigs DPR. A big thanks to them for always keeping me company in these. It starts getting late for New Zealand time, so it's nice to be able to cruise around and hearing some familiar voices keeping you company in Discord, right? Yeah. So and yeah, just you guys as well for putting on a really, really good stream. It's a great fun series, and I really hope we can pump out 20 to 30 cars again next season, because it's quite a struggle to get into a supercar series at the moment that's just a bunch of blokes that really enjoy racing and a nice stream. So I've thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'll look forward to kicking back in again next season.
Oh, awesome. It'd be great to have you back, mate. And that no more ado, we'll bring the piranhas into the pond, I believe, guys. So we'll bring these guys into our 1, 2, 3 for our season winners this season. Mr. Fishy Boys, the piranhas are now in the pond. Bloody hell, look at that. 1, 2, 3 for the season. And great race for tonight as well, guys. How'd you find it? How'd you find tonight? And how have you found the series?
Series been awesome tonight. A lot of laps. Very tired.
Yeah, I bet. A lot of managing throttle, etc., tonight. Yeah.
Yeah. And trying not to hit those don't cuts, hit those a few times, and unsettle the car.
Yeah. So great race from you guys. How'd you find the rest of the series?
Yeah, really good. Really good. I think participation was down a little bit towards the end, but grouping the Super 1s and Super 2s together was certainly a good idea. But yeah, the racing's been good all season, so it's been great.
Fantastic. You boys working together again today. Jamie couldn't quite. Jamie, you couldn't quite bridge the gap today.
I had a really decent crack, but I'm not going to name any names, but a few people got in my way that
Yeah, we did see that.
if I was in any other league, I would have shoved them in the bloody fence. I'm a bit pissed off at that because up until that point, I was about 0.3 a lap quicker than Darren. But
You're too nice of a bloke to do something like that, Jamie. Come on.
Exactly right. We respect that, and we thank you very much for that.
But yeah, mate, I see you always. And sorry to butt in on you.
No,
Interview here, Toddy. But Jamie, from my point of view, man, you had a great season. You know, you're in there for the end, and today's race, you know, you beat the other two to get to the position which you were, you know, had the most advantage to get to the top step of the championship. And don't beat yourself up, mate. You had a good race. If the boys got in the way, well, guess what? You have to do it next time for them.
yeah, no, the battling for position was great. Following Blakey and then giving Darren a little bit of a rub up after he passed me. No, that was all. I enjoyed that. It was just
It was awesome to watch. I enjoyed it, and I've enjoyed, you know, most of the season. For once, it's not me rubbing you up in that. Rephrase that. It's me
And a
banging
second
doors
in the
with you.
series is pretty good as well, mate. So you know you've done very, very well there, Jamie. So
thank
you've
you.
done very well there. And Michael, you finished there in third place, and Blake Delaney in the series, mate. Beautiful drive, and you finished first in the series as well, mate.
Yeah, thanks, mate. It's awesome. We all drove really well. Coming into tonight, we didn't really care who won as long as it was 1, 2, 3 for the fish on the podium for the championship. So we ended up with that, and are really happy about it.
Oh, you definitely should be, Farah. You guys have definitely worked together in all our series and across different cars and things like that. So it's definitely something that other teams have seen and started working together a lot more as well, it seems. So you're starting a bit of a movement from teams, I believe. So it's just kind of cool. Yeah, so really, really awesome to see you. See you guys out there. Seeing that you're the series winner, I'll give it to you to thank everybody for the Fishy Boys, and then I'll hand it to the other Fishy Boys if they'd like to personally thank anybody as well. So Blake, go first, man.
Yeah, look. First of all, thanks to everyone here at Sim Racing World. It's been a great year. We ran Porsches, F3s. Trucks with Pete Morris, and also the Supercars 1 and 2 series. So really happy with what you guys are doing. Hopefully it all happens next year. From what I understand, they're going to do Bathurst, Winton, Sandown, and Phillip Island. No, not really, but I've just told you it's going to happen that way, hopefully. Yeah,
It's
no,
just crossing all your fingers and toes, yeah.
well, yeah, hopefully no more Laguna Seca. But yeah, we're keen as mustard to come back next year. And thanks very much for everyone racing. All the drivers were really respectful, and it was a tremendous series. Thanks to West End Motor Group, who are Parramatta Peugeot Professional, Parramatta City Great Wall and Haval, West End Mazda Parramatta, and Parramatta Isuzu Ute. Relax Marine and Game Fishing, DC Shades, Black Wolf Graphics, Adrenaline Images, and the man who puts the setups together, Precision Sim Training, Josh Thomas.
That was a mouthful and a half. Well done, mate. Well done. Nice work. Very impressive. And Jamie, would you like to thank anybody personally, yourself, and things like that?
No, I'm good. Thanks, mate.
Oh, good. And Michael, would you like to thank anybody yourself?
Yep, just a shout out to all the Fishy Boys, especially Jamie and Blake for pushing every week. If it wasn't for those guys, I wouldn't be trying to hunt them down and get quicker myself. So well done, guys, and well done to Blake and Jamie on the P1 and P2 in the championship. It's really good.
Very well done to everybody.
Yeah, well done again, boys. You know, a top 3, most races plus top 3 in the championship. That's quite a big achievement. And you know, as a team boss myself, that's something you live for, something you dream of to kind of get the team up there to show that you are what you are. You're in multiple series, as you said, and you're pushing and getting these great results as a team, and you should be very proud of yourselves. And I'm pretty proud of you all. I've raced with you and enjoy it, and so have my other teammates. So congratulations again from my side, and definitely from the SRW broadcast team. You've definitely deserved it, and walk away with a big smile, guys. So good on you.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate. Heaps
Do
of
you
fun.
need bank account details for the winner's check or?
I do actually. It's if I can get that from Jamie, because it's all going to Jamie.
Love it, guys. Well, thank you very much. We couldn't do it without you guys. So thank you very much for being respectful every week and racing so hard and so fast and so clean together and all the rest of it. So I know there's things ups and downs, but that's Rubbings racing and things happen, doesn't it? So but you've had an amazing performance all season. And that said, I think I'll just do a little bit of a wrap up then, guys. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight for SRW TV's coverage of our final round of season 2 for our V8 Super Show. It was combined tonight with our Super 2s and Super 1s. A great race tonight, and a great series from all. Thank you very much to everybody out there that's viewed. Make sure you hit that like. Make sure you hit that big thumbs up. Make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe. Give us all the love. Thank you. A big shout out to our sponsor for the V8 Supercars, DragonRC. Our sponsors, DSL Welding Services, the Promo Department, and also our new partner, Pagnian Advanced Simulation. Thank you very, very much. Signing out from myself, Chef Toddy, to Mr. Tyson McAvoy, and our illustrious head producer, Nathan Shibby Howard. Say goodbye, Mr. Tyson McAvoy.
It's a good night, and what a great season. And I've been in most of these calls for the Supercars, and I've enjoyed them. So, yes, from my side, good night. And next season, I'm excited to be back and doing it again.
It's going to be so awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. Much love, legends. Keep safe.